Can you introduce yourself and what brought you to the ITI?
Sure. My name is Reed Goossen. I'm the founder of RSN Property Group. We're a multifamily syndication company. We're based here in Los Angeles, but we do deals in Phoenix, Central Texas, and the Carolinas.
What's your opinion on the market condition and what trend should investors focus on in the next year?
Good question. Obviously, in the multifamily space, there has been increase in interest rates, so there has been a reduction in pricing of multifamily. So trying to get multifamily deals done today is a little bit more difficult than it was a couple of years ago. We are seeing some rents soften depending on the market where you're at, but I personally believe it's a great time to buy because there's not a lot of buyers in the market. There's also not a lot of inventory out there, so trying to find that deal is becoming a little bit harder, but the fundamentals still exist. People need good places to live, and interest rates are going up, which means it's harder for people to go buy a new house, and so they need to rent for longer. So the fundamentals of multifamily real estate are still really, really strong, and I still think we're coming to the bottom of the cycle where we're going to start to see cap rates to start to compress as the Fed starts cutting interest rates. I said a lot of stuff there, but if you want to know more, you can always reach out to me.
Thanks for sharing. What is one of the biggest investment loss you had to endure, and how were you able to recover that financially and emotionally from that?
Oh, good question. I haven't gone through a massive loss, touch wood, yet. I do have friends who are going through some now, and it's challenging, right? Because you've got people who invest with you, who trust you with their money, and we're stewards of their capital, and we want to be responsible. And sometimes when market conditions change, like they have done in the last 12 to 18 months, it's outside of your control, right? So you're trying to do everything within your control, and if you can show your investors that you're doing that day in, day out, then if you've got to deliver bad news, then at least that they know you've been trying the best you can in the conditions that you've been imposed on us. So so like I haven't gone through it personally, but I know a lot of people have, and it can be gut wrenching, and it can be stuff around with your mind and all that mindset stuff. So yeah, it's challenging.
Yeah, I really like what you said. Delivering bad news builds trust with your investor, right?
Right.
And it's all about being transparent with your investor long term.
Exactly.
What's your number one tip for building a portfolio of investment?
Oh, number one tip. I think underwrite a lot of deals in a market before you start buying. Don't just think you're going to underwrite a deal and it's going to be the deal. Get comfortable. It's not sexy, but get comfortable underwriting a ton of deals and using that data to help you become an expert in that market. And so when I get started in a market, when I look at markets, I will underwrite between 40 and 100 units before I start placing offers on certain deals, because I just don't know what the price per unit is going to be, or the cap rate, or the expense ratio, or what people are going to pay for rent. And so I need to be able to underwrite tons of deals to start building that sort of callus on my hand, so to speak, to really understand a market, to be confident to go, yes, I'm going to pay X, Y, Z for a particular deal.
Great. So any advice or takeaway you'd like to share with our audience?
Look, I think if you guys can get down to ITI and become a member, it started for me at one of these groups. It's local, no frills types of groups that come together and talk about real estate. That's how I got started in this business. And it's a great opportunity to meet other like-minded people who can help you really excel your investing career. And as they say, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So definitely get down to ITI, check them out, and hopefully you'll be able to get a lot of knowledge from them and then go off and start scaling a portfolio like I did.
Thank you for your time, Reed.
Thanks,
Appreciate
mate.
it.
Cheers.